Hello guys, my name is Satyajay. Welcome back to my channel 8836000. So in the previous video of adding friends and remove friends, I have shown you how to add friends and remove friends. But in that videos I have done that if a user clicks the add friends button, then the user will be automatically friend of the other user. But in this video I am going to show you how to create a friend request instead of directly making them friends. So let's get started. I have opened up my project in Atom. In the website, near our user name, we need to show all our friend requests in a drop down menu. So we will start by it. We can just use the bootstrap. So let's go to views, layouts, app.blade.php, and in the else condition will be our code. So we will copy this drop down code from here, paste it down here, and now we'll change the username to something like friend request yeah, that's good. Now in the drop down menu we will show all our friend request. So first I will give a design for the friend request. So the design will be something like we don't want the anchor tag out here, instead we will give the image tag. So for now I will give something like do I have any images? Yes, I do. Okay, so I'll just copy the name and paste it in asset. So assets, images, image name.png, and here will be profile picture, and let's refresh. Yeah, now it's too big, so we will give a width of 50 and a height of 50, and near the image we will give the user name. So for that I will open a div, and inside the div I will give my name, so which will be Advait, and now it's more good to see. Now this div is having a display block. We will change that to display inline block. So style display inline block. Now this is more good. So now I will open up another div, and inside here I will give the button for approving and cancelling the friend request. So first will be I will give an anchor tag. Yeah, anchor is enough. So the class will be btn success and accept, and second one will be having a class of btn danger, and it will be cancelled. Yeah, now it's pretty good. So okay, now that's enough. So we will give another class of btn sum. This will create a small button instead of the medium sized button. So yeah, it's more good. So now we need to actually display all our friends instead of the dummy data. So for that, what we can do is create a for each loop and just pull out our friends, but that will not work. It's because when you go here, you can see that we are getting our users instead of the other person's user. So we don't want to display our users friend request. Instead, we want to display all the other users friend requests which we are included in. So we will create another function which will be public function, and I will name it as friends 1. Yeah, that's enough. And I will just copy this, paste it out here, and change the user ID 1 to 2, and that's all. Now we can see our friends. So we will start with the for each loop inside here, for each. So the variable will be auth user friends 1 as friend, or something like friend 1. And now we will cut and paste li inside the for each loop, and we will actually display the original data. So echo friend 1 user 1 username. Now if you reload, we can see no one. It's because we currently don't have any friend request. So for that, I will create some dummy data. Just go to localhost php myadmin, and set our database. In friends table, I will create some values. So the user ID 1 will be something like 485, and the user ID 2 will be 101. It's because the user ID of this user is 101, and same out here, so 101, and we will change the approved to false, and great. If you reload, we can see 2 new users with a friend request. So now we have to display their profile picture. So we will just display the profile picture. Yeah, it's profile picture. Okay. Okay, now that's all for the designing. Now we will move on to the function. So we will start with the database. So you may be wondering why I'm to start with the database. It's because when we created the user or the friends table, we gave the boolean approved default value to true, but we don't want this as true, and we will change that to false. Okay, now we will php artisan migrate refresh. Okay, now this will refresh our tables. Okay, now we will db seed. This will give data. So now I will move on to the functions. So back here in our blade file, In this div we have to set a new data, and the data user ID will be friend 1 user 1 ID. Okay, now we will get the user's ID. So now in the accept and cancel button we will give a class. So the class will be something like request. The class will be same in the two anchor tags. So now let's open our assets.js main.js and just copy the like function and paste it below here. So we will change the like class to request, then we will change the variable like to request, and the post ID to user ID, and same out here, user ID. Now is like to is request and request. Change the post ID to user ID. Okay, now in the Axios, oh wait a minute, we have to remove the console.log out here. Okay. And same out here. Now for the Axios we need to define a new route, so I will define the route as something like request. So let's open our web.php and register our new route. So route post request, or I will do it with that, and slash request. It will be in front controller. See, front controller at something like request function, and I also need a middleware of auth, and that's enough. So now let's move on to the controller. So open front controller and create a new function with request okay. Now we can just php it's not php, npm run watch. Yeah, that will work fine. Now we can move on to the backend function. So the backend function will be, first of all, finding the user. So I will write the user equals user find, or you can't use the find. So I will first pull out everything, then I will use where condition. So the first where condition will be user id 1, no, the user id 2, yeah, equal the authenticated user. Okay, now the second where condition will be the user id 1, and which should be equal to the this user, yeah, this user. So data is user id, yeah. Okay, now we have to with the first one. Now we can edit that column. So user yeah, it's not user id, it's approved or before that we will give a if condition. So if the user click the cancel button, we can just delete the whole friend request. So I will get if condition with request, yeah, that's no, it's his request. So this will return true or false, and if it is true, then we will edit the column. So user approved equals true, okay, and we will return something like the user ID, and it will be request user ID. Okay, now if it is not true, then we can give a else condition, or else condition is not necessary. So what I will do is just get the user and just delete it, and now I will return the same. Okay, now that's all for the backend function. Now let's go and test it. And now we have to log in, register again, because I have just rolled back everything that was inside my database. So I will give some password. Okay. Now I will create some friend request. So insert 56 and 101, 78, 101, oopsie, 101. Okay, now that's good. Now we are getting an error. The undefined variable friends 1. Okay. Yeah. It's because here we are giving the wrong variable. Yeah, now it's fine. So these are our two friends. Now if we click the accept function, accept button, then he will become our friend. If we click the cancel button, he will not be our friend. So before clicking that, I will just remove these two functions and just reload it. Reload again. Okay, now if I click it and go refresh, and nothing happened. Now we are getting an error, and this is because we are in the friend controller, we are calling all the users. So the user field table does not have any columns of user ID 2, user ID 1, but we want to call the friend table instead of the user table. So we'll change it to friend. And now this will fix our error. So now you can see we don't get any error. But if you click the accept button, we can't see that user disappear because this user is not becoming a friend, and that is because in the if condition we are just changing the approved to true, but we have to also save it. So just save it, and now if you click and reload and go to friends, second, you can see that the approved changed from 0 to 1, and now we can see it out here. It's because in our blade.php we are not just pulling the not friend users. instead we are pulling every user. So for that we will just give a where condition out here. So the where condition will be approved, see, approved equal false. So now if you refresh, we can only see the non-friend user. So if we click the cancel button, we can see that no friends and that user is deleted. So if this friend does not have any friend request, then we will give something like you don't have any friends. So for that we will just create a if condition and just copy it, and I will count. If it is equal to 0, then you don't have any friends. Oops, or it's friend request, not here. Yeah, now we can see that message, and now you can see that this user just have one friend because the other was deleted by when we click the cancel button. So now what you have to do is instead of reloading to see the changes, we can directly change it using jQuery. So for that, first of all I will console.logs, log it, will change the approved from 1 to 0, reload, accept. Now we can see everything. So first of all, what we can do is we can remove the buttons in this div, and we can give a text something like you are now friend, or something you cancel the friend request. Okay, so for that, first of all we will do is so inside the current target and parent element, and we will clear the inner HTML. So that will be e dot current target dot parent was parent, it's parent element, so parent element dot inner HTML equal nothing. Or we can do is we will get we will create a new span, or before that we will create a if condition, and in the friend controller to here we will return something like true, implies true, and out here true implies false. So true means the user clicked the approved button, and false means the user clicked the cancel button. So now we'll get it from response dot data, and from the data we will get true. So if it is true, then we can do class equal success, or wait a minute, success, and text will be you are now friends. Okay, so we can close the span, and now we will just copy this one, and in the else function we will change the success to danger and the text to you cancelled the friend request. Okay, now let's refresh everything. So we'll change the approve from 1 to 0 again, and I'll refresh it again, refresh, and if I click the accept button, then you are now friends. And if I change back to 0, then, and if I click the cancel, then it will be you cancel the friend request. Now if you take a look in someone else's friends, then you can see that we can see all his friends, both his non-friend friend and his friend. Yeah, so now we have to give a where condition to every friend showing functions. So we'll start with the show.blade.php. So here we have to show only the approved friends. So the approved equals true, must be true. So now if you refresh, we can only see some users and the accepted users only. And now if we go to see our friend, then you can see no friends, and if I click anyone and accept it, then I refresh, and I can't see any friends because I can only see my friends but I can't see others' friends. So which means I can see if other person have me as a friend, I can see that, but if I have a friend with someone else, then only I can see it. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Actually, I'm going to stop the playlist in this video, and I will be creating a new playlist after the release of Laravel 5.5 in building a real-time social media website using Laravel 5.5. So stay tuned for that more videos. You can always contact me through Twitter, Facebook, or in the contact form which is in my own website.